know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo poor, so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Commanders. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off the play fake, Winston rolling to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Williams getting the sack from the secondary. A miserable start here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and very long. Throwing now is Geno. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And Sanders now to return. A great return there of 22 yards. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Warner to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Adam Thielen with career touchdown number 60. And the Commanders are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. So this, the 90th season of Washington football. Of course, here, the first season and first ever regular season game for the Washington Commanders. That name unveiled in a grand reveal back on February 2nd. The franchise opting to keep the burgundy and gold color scheme, adding the striking W logo on each side of the helmet and the single gold stripe running from front to back. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And oh, a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. All told, that a 55-yard punt with a net of 40 after the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Out of the gun, here's Warner. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Van Jefferson, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Smith. Escaping the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Being chased out left. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Now a handoff looking right. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. It'll be Warner on first down. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Warner. Open man right side is St. Brown. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now a handoff running through the middle. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. From 8 yards out. And the Commanders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing on third down, Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
On 2nd and 11 now. Smith to the right side and complete to Thomas. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Check 59.
Following the fumble recovery, Warner looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So maybe some signs of life. I mean, this has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Gets around him. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Now Warner. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. I got it. 59 is Mike. 59 is Mike. Check. 59.
Now Warner. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Jags are going to have it here at their own 15. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd have the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now Gino on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Play action. It's Smith. Looking long for Thomas. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And the Jags have got a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 4. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. Santos' kick is up and through. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. To throw, Warner. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Stephon Gilmore, he was the one defensively there who really blew that play up before it got started. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. A play fake, now Warner. Out to his left. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket, he's got a reliable tight end he can go to. So he's able to look his way, find his big target, and set up 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on. 60 Eagles.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Gates with a grab. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Here we go. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. So we got man.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Rolling to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
To throw is Smith. Open man has got one. It's complete.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17.
Let's get this. Single. 7 Pirates.
Now Smith.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive?
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there, with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Commanders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Smith now to throw.
Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. What's right? Drop Warrior 70.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, it's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they'll hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
In motion is the tight end Gates.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now Smith. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
The CD